All the champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink.
Anytime it involves a kid, it breaks my heart.
The culture that we're seeing displayed mostly has been violent. And no one's doing anything about it.
I walked into a gas station today, and it looked like on the floors, it looked like cum stains were dried up for 7 days on there. Like very, very dirty. Speedway, clean up your shit.
I have nothing for every fucking day. We do this. It's a fucking cum joke. No wonder we get fucking demonetized.
The coming.
You don't even want it the first 30 seconds and you start fucking things up.
That motherfucker ain't real.
It's like, this motherfucker ain't real. He's cum stained.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord.
So
this is why we don't get sponsors.
Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice shit.
Not the fact that we call out uncomfortable situations, and
I mean that's okay. That's like the main reason we don't get sponsorships anyway.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Or Sheath's, we could. I mean, Sheath's underwear is pretty awesome. Using discount code article 70. Never mind.
Cheese underwear.
Sheath underwear.
Nah, fuck that, man. I ain't repping no sheaths. I got like 80 pairs of me undies, dude. I got Jurassic Park. I got space cats. I got party lizards. I got sharks. I got dinosaurs. I got 3 pairs of chicken nuggets.
Or Lead Slingers whiskey. If you're listening.
I have plenty of Lead Slingers whiskey.
Lead Slingers whiskey. If you want to sponsor us, let your boys know.
McClellan.
Any business that wants
you want us to talk crap about your product, hit us up.
Yeah, we literally have the company email in the description below. And so
I'll talk shit about your shit. I don't give a shit. It's not my shit.
It might be good shit. It might be bad shit.
If it's bad, okay, look. So, okay, I like beef jerky, whiskey. Don't send me pictures of boobs. Do that. My wife likes boobs. Anyway, don't send me anime.
if you want to send us, want to have you promote your AR cans, that shoot actual cans out your ARs, we'll do that.
Way to butcher that one.
Have it say only cans as our discount code.
Out of the two of us. Anyway.
And hit the intro. That would suck. Hey guys, Matt here, telling y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell to get notified each time that we're on. Oh, I say I love y'all so much. Enjoy the show. Welcome to the Article 1776 podcast. I am Matt. This is
Ford.
Yanni Face.
Yahtzee. Ford make Yanni Face. No, I am tired though. Scott's still 87. I've been driving all day.
You spin.
I've driven a lot this week. I drove to Pennsylvania on Saturday. I got to drive to Virginia on Saturday.
I bet you can drive better than this one person a boat, and you won't run into the Scott Key Bridge. Play the clip.
I mean, I do drive a boat, though.
But I think that you would drive better than.
It's not 986 feet long and stacked 10 stories high with cargo.
Do you think that, and my honest opinion, I want your honest opinion, do you think that shit could have been avoided? By the looks of the video.
Think you.
And bear in mind, it was 1:30 in the. I think it was 1:30 in the morning when it happened.
Regardless, the pilots of those boats are highly trained. Okay. Now, the captain of those boats obviously have the ability to override a pilot. If the pilot makes a mistake, the captain can correct it and take over if he needs to. Mm-hmm. The captain assumes responsibility at all times. Mm-hmm. That's just how it is. Okay? Mm-hmm. Could it have been avoided? I think it's best not to speculate. The NTSB report is not out yet. However, from current accounts, they lost power. Uh-huh. Like the ship itself lost power during its maneuvering through the river, through the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Mm-hmm. This is not the first time this ship has done this. Okay, mm-hmm. It's not the first time this crew has done this. Now, at this point, they're probably at dead silence, which means the only things running anything are the generators, so you're not going to have any vibrations from the ship's hull and the ship and the crankshafts of everything moving. Okay, mm-hmm. Even on the bridge, AC is probably going to be off or on fan, and they're going to have dead silence because you want to hear everything, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think from what I'm hearing, if they lost power, no, there was no way to avoid it. And I'll tell you why. Nowadays, ships' rudder systems are all hydraulic. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, if you lose power, mm-hmm. obviously you have backup generators. Backup generators never kicked on. Mm-hmm. So maybe they weren't even working. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that one. I don't know. Mm-hmm. However, with no power, there's no hydraulics. There's no hydraulics. There's no response from the rudders. Okay? Mm-hmm. It would probably take a mile and a half, if not 2 miles, under normal stopping power and circumstances to slow that ship down. Mm-hmm. Now, the one big thing I know that I've been hearing from everyone I've talked to about it today, mm-hmm. is I can't believe it went down so easy. I can't believe it went down like that. Why would it go down like that? It hit a concrete pylon. Okay. What do you mean you don't see how it could have gone down like that? Let physics, fucking science, right there. Mm-hmm. Think about the gross tonnage of the ship itself unladen. Couple hundred tons, right? Mm-hmm. It's all steel. Mm-hmm. So there's a couple hundred tons, if not 1,000 or 1,000 or 2,000 tons. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what the gross tonnage of the ship is. I just know from working on boats, they're fucking heavy. and they don't steer the way you want them to.
I'm going to steer this in kind of two different directions here as well. First, I want to say our hearts and prayers go out to all of those affected that might have been on the bridge by the time that it happened. Hopefully, no one was harmed. We don't want anyone harmed in this incident.
Well, I have a little bit of bad news for you.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now,
Mm-hmm.
there are 6 people still presumed missing.
Mm-hmm.
And if they went into the water, they were in their cars,
Mm-hmm.
chances are they did not get out. And the chances are high of that. Second off, the caveat to that, the average temperature for that river this time of year is 47 degrees. After about 8 minutes, hypothermia is going to set in. Once about 5 to 10 minutes of hypothermia, the body endures that, you're done. You're Jack on the Titanic all over again.
And yeah, which brings me to this second point. And 9/11 had a lot of skeptics, especially now. And I'll say this, whether or not you believe in skeptics or not, still people still died on that day. A teacher, a parent who was worked in the building, dropped off her kids, and I heard this motivational story through the gentleman that pewed down bin Laden. The reason why that they were doing what they were doing is because the lady dropped off her kids at school to go to work at the tower, and before the building crashed down, she had to jump to her fate, but she held her skirt down to make sure that the last known bit of human decency she had was to be remembered for not flashing anyone under her skirt as she was plummeting to her death.
I think
but hold on, really quick. I'm sorry. But I know that there's probably going to be some people that are doing conspiracy theories about how this is probably pre-planned, much like 9/11 and all that stuff. Whatever that you want to say, people still got hurt. And that at the end of the day is still a terrible thing, no matter if you think that it's fucking government collusion or what.
I gotta say the 9/11 kind of thing is apples to oranges to this. While it was a tragedy, while it is a mass casualty event, I think it doesn't hold the same weight as 9/11. Second off, for anybody to sit here and say that this was a government job, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's not just human. It's a little, maybe a little bit of human error. The backup generators never went on. The redundant systems never kicked off.
But
it's mechanical error, if that's the case. And like I said, the gross tonnage of the ship, unladen, is fucking a couple hundred tons, okay? And then you have all the cargo inside the cargo containers, and then the weight of all the cargo containers. Let's say they were going about 8 or 9 knots from what I'm hearing. That's about roughly 10 to 11 miles an hour, give or take. Any impact at that speed against concrete, steel, or wood, it was destined to fall. You've got thousands of tons of steel and goods bumping into concrete, which we all know does have a tensile strength. Like at some point, it is going to break. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Okay? Concrete breaks. We see it all the time. Parking garages are falling. Condos fell a few years ago. The Skyway Bridge back in, the 60s or 70s, we're out where you are, fell because a tugboat hit it, a pylon, and the original Skyway fell. It happens. This is not Russian collusion. This is not the Democrats. This isn't the Republicans. This isn't Joe Biden. This is I'm going to say I'm not a professional in any sense, but I think as a common sense human being, this is a case of not only mechanical and human error, but just oversight.
Yeah,
Lack of oversight.
and I just love the views of going over bridges. I'm not a bridge expert. I know some people that were engineers, especially in the military, about how to build and break down bridges for transportation. But from what I've seen, someone made a short of the incident to where they showed that the far left light of the bridge went out prior to collapsing.
And I have a reason for that. Did you know that the ship actually caught fire?
No.
Yeah, ship caught fire. So now think about this.
Mm-hmm.
There's cables and wires, and they've fallen. And then the ship catches fire. Don't you think a wire may melt? Don't you think a wire snap somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
There's like a power line snap somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. What happens when that happens? Power goes out. Wow. Again, science. Like, it's not symbolic. It just shit happens. The world is an imperfect place. The screws fall out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
here's a thing. I had to get my truck fixed a while back.
Mm-hmm.
They've regular maintenance, regular scheduled 50,000 mile maintenance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Send my truck in. They call me later that day. Do you know that your rear suspension on the passenger side is broken? The leaf spring is broken and the shock is broken. Huh, no, didn't know that. Wonder why the truck was crab walking. Wasn't really crab walking, it wasn't that bad. But still, I mean, you rode it, it wasn't that bad. But it was broken. I don't know when it broke, but it broke. You know why?
Why is that?
Because shit happens. And then you get over it. Okay? Yes, it's fucking nobody likes the loss of life. But this isn't a government conspiracy that a bridge fell. A fucking giant boat hit it.
Yeah, I just wanted to run over that topic because I know that there's going to be some motherfuckers out there that are.
Oh, absolutely. People are getting weird with their shit nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But really? You don't have anything better to do with your life than to think everything is some goddamn conspiracy?
Mm-hmm.
My dog farted. Must be the fucking CIA.
Mm-hmm. Do you hear this shit? That sometimes that people think that birds are not real, and people think that the government planted them or something.
You know what? I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I'm gonna take this one. Okay.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I was a piece of shit. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I was a piece of shit as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Bailey says, "No, you're not, Dad."
I know. He's a good boy. Hey, go lay down. Well, thank you, buddy. No bark. No bark. We're fine. We're fine. He's a good boy. He's a good boy, isn't he?
A horrible moment, lovely, welcomely interrupted by a beautiful dog.
He's a good boy. Yes, he's a good boy. Don't look at me like that. Come here. You see his tail going? Come here. Don't be shy. He's a good dog.
What if we got a guys? What do you think? What if we got a dog as a company mascot? Who would you think?
If you don't have a dog while you're in the office anyway, you don't work there.
Well, you kind of do, but the guys from Black Rifle, I'm not sure the Black Rifle Coffee Company do bring their dogs too.
Dude, I fucking love dogs. If your dog's not an asshole and you're not an asshole, fucking bring your dog. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, what if we do that? Bring our dogs to the office.
No, like I'm gonna have like a spot out back where you can take your dog to the bathroom and clean up after him, and like there's gonna be. I'm a fucking dog person through and through. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Dogs are always welcome.
Yeah. So back to the topic at hand.
Customers can bring their dogs. I don't give a fuck.
But back to the
What
topic.
were we talking about?
The bridge, the Francis Scott Key Bridge.
I was saying something before he started barking, but I forgot what it was.
About the conspiracy theories and stuff.
It's not a fucking conspiracy theory. Get your head out of your asses.
Yeah. So
shit happens.
It's like
my suspension broke. It happens.
Yeah.
Not the same, obviously.
So we know of one person that has been driving this crazy train around.
Hey, yeah, and their bridge is about to fall.
So if you guys aren't well aware, p.diddy, Sean Diddy Combs has been Sean Diddy Combs had been charged with possibly allegedly sex trafficking and has his house raided.
And national sex trafficking, by the way.
Yeah, national sex trafficking. Show the clip right here. So now that they have raided his houses, two of his mansions, I think one in Miami and one in Los Angeles, New York.
I believe it's New York.
Yeah, New York. He has gone to a different country that doesn't extradite people back to the United States.
I heard a Mysticata is MIA as well. Jay-Z?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, but see, that's what happens. But like, here's the thing. Is he gonna get Epsteined? Because if that's part of his ring, then guess what? Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's got to have ties to who?
Someone that didn't off himself.
Someone who didn't Epstein himself. Yeah.
So, by the way, I think his name was on the list that we did on the short.
It was.
And I'll plug it right here somewhere.
No, if I'm correct, yeah, him, Chrissy Teigen, John Legend. Mm-hmm. There's some fucking names on that list, bro.
We're not ordinary people.
No, they're not. They're fucking weirdo. Like, that's why I'm so glad I'm not involved in Hollywood. And, you know, when I was younger, I was like, yeah, I want to be in a fucking rock band and I want to be famous. And now that I look back, I'm like, well, I'm glad I was never famous.
I want to say Illuminati confirmed.
Illuminati can fuck off.
By the way, we're gonna run a risk at doing this. If we can play this, we'll do it. But we're gonna bleep out certain words. Apparently, Diddy's producer said that him and Meek Mill were butt fucking one another and had an audio of it. We're going to try to put the clip here.
Fuck them. Fuck them. Oh, shit. All the champagne was spiked, son. Like all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink. So I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke. Like I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard struggling to take dick. I heard like, yeah, daddy, like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling, like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all this shit because I was like, this is Diddy bitch. So I'm finna put the squeeze.
Go ahead.
I stumbled across this video earlier. Mm-hmm. Something about I read an article somewhere about Puff Daddy was or p.diddy, whatever the fuck his name is, and that there you go, p.diddy. He likes to diddy peas. He's p-diddling. He's p-diddying.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I went to YouTube and was like, "What's going on?" Because YouTube's got all the weird news. So, rolling through shorts, and then the next thing I know, this dude claiming he's an old producer of Diddy's has audio of him and Meek Mill tossing salad.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you should say. I don't know what the proper terminology for that would be at this point, because I don't care. So yeah, there's that video. Apparently, Meek Mill and Diddy have a relationship. There's another video that I found where Nicki Minaj and like I don't really care about these people. I just find it funny that it blew up so big, but she's like apparently called out Meek Mill about that undercover brother thing, which means like I guess if you're of that orientation behind closed doors, I guess I'm not gonna say it because that just seems insensitive. But whatever. Like, but it's just another part of their whole fucking pedophile ring. Just goes to show you that people are trying to push the normalcy of sex trafficking and pedophilia and trying to adjust the language and the laws to make it all fucking work. Leave the fucking kids alone.
But here's my thing too, and I'm gonna go off the rails here a little bit, and I'm sorry.
I always go off the rails. You are more than welcome to.
So,
but you push me off the rails though. You give me a topic, and I fucking rant with it.
So, of course, you know the name Andrew Tate, obviously, right?
Well, yeah.
So him and his brother were charged with a couple, well, allegedly charged with sex trafficking in the same sense. But the thing is that he defended himself so much to where it was like he had actual evidence as to where A, B, and C.
The girl even walked out and got the pizza.
Yeah, like walked out A, B, and C. I didn't do it. This
not held there on her own or against her will.
This makes Diddy so much more guiltier by running away to a country that doesn't extradite you back to the United States. Like no defense. You're not defending yourself right off the bat, and it just looks bad on you. And here's the thing:
people with millions of dollars do crazy shit. What do you want?
Yeah, but no matter how much money that you have, you always got to defend yourself in a pregnant situation. If you are actually not guilty, but this makes him look so much more guiltier.
Well, yeah, he ran. That's because he knows he's fucking toast.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's all fucking stupid.
and Meek Mill wants to perform in WrestleMania. I don't think that's a possibility now.
Apparently, he's been brought up in some lawsuit.
Yeah, like shit's weird nowadays, man. Like,
No, there's no denying it. And honestly, the fact that, given the shit that we talk about, that this is a topic that we're talking about just goes to show how fucked up this world is, because you can't help but to talk about it.
and
Because just recently you had the whole Epstein shit. And then now, after all this time, someone's name who's on the list is now being investigated. And it just happens to be somebody who's part of the entertainment industry.
And
Like,
this is what scares me, and I'm going to compliment you, but in a dark sense for this subject. You're a great parent. You are. You're around the kids' lives daily. But for those that aren't, well, these kids nowadays, they listen to Meek Mill. They listen to stuff that p.diddy has. What? Okay, so what does this say to them as a little kid watching p.diddy and Meek Mill and all that shit? Where I think that the parents should be like, what they're doing is bad, and do not follow what he or she is doing, especially in the Hollywood world or celebrity like type world. Do not follow what they're doing.
I could touch on this subject. But I don't think that anybody is ready for that kind of conversation.
I'm ready.
I've said it before. And it's like, obviously we say it, and even though we have our platform to say it, it doesn't reach everybody. And it's something that people need to start pushing. But the culture that we have kind of cultivated for ourselves is becoming the downfall of our youth. And think about it this way. You have kids nowadays who run the streets who will shoot you for nothing. Just because. And a good example of that, a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old. And yes, they are black. It doesn't matter. Someone's going to ask, really black? I don't care. But it shows the culture that is exposed to children at young age who follow this type of music. But apparently, they got into an argument in the street with a 59-year-old elderly lady just outside the outskirts of Austin, Texas. After the verbal altercation, the two young boys got back on their bike, came back wearing gloves, and the 12-year-old stabbed the 59-year-old lady in her garage several times. And then ran away. And the mother of the boys came out and said, well, my son has mental issues. Bitch, they came back wearing gloves. That's not mental issues, that's intent.
They knew what they were doing.
That's intent. But the culture that we're seeing displayed mostly has been violent. And no one's doing anything about it. You see it all the time. And like, it's ridiculous because this is the exact same thing that our ancestors were asked, hey, look, yes, this is happening. People of color live with us now. Deal with it. And we had to. And it's not because it was forced on us, because it was just human decency. And we did. And everybody does. But now it seems that there's this fucking hatred because they know nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what race you are. We've seen in New York with the 2 cops getting beat up. Oh, by the way, that Venezuelan asshole that we covered a few weeks ago who was bragging about how people could come over to the United States and just live here for free and they live off taxpayers' money. Well, his TikTok account got fucking canceled because of that, and so did his fucking money. So, fuck that guy.
Yeah, don't be like P. Diddy, just going up to people and be like, "Give me
That's
your
a
ass."
fucking.
Don't be like
That's
don't be like P. Diddy and come up to someone. People, give me your asshole, boy.
okay. That was weird. Anyway, but that's a segment we should start doing. Fuck that guy.
Oh yeah, I just did that for the thumbnail.
Yeah, well, that was weird.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but
no, but that's what we're gonna start doing. Let us know if you want to who and what you want us to cover. Well, we're not gonna fuck that guy, but fuck that guy.
yeah, and in a
And
theoretical
as like a
sense,
fuck you sense, not a
in a theoretical sense.
yeah. It's not like I'm gonna fuck you. It's more like a hey, fuck you because you suck. So
And so,
let us know. And the first dude is that Venezuelan fuck. Hey, I don't know how to say fuck you in Venezuelan, guy, but fuck you. Just in Venezuelan. Stares, fuck you in Venezuelan.
so, which brings me to the next topic. Russia.
Toby Keith.
That too, good dude. But
Poor Toby.
Yeah. God bless your soul, Toby. I got a red Solo cup too.
I have one, but it's like this big. It's a shot cup. It's a little red Solo shot cup.
That's gonna be a part of the thumbnail too. What you just did. Yeah. So, speaking about for the next topic, I think was it Russia?
Oh yeah,
Russia really made someone fuck around and find out a group of terrorists. And if you got a clip, I'll play it right here. So apparently there were some terrorists that were attacking a shelter, a theater that you said, right?
So last week sometime, I think it was last week or a week or two ago, I can't remember. Some terrorists attack the Corcus. I probably fucked that up and butchered it, and I'm not sorry. Music theater in Moscow, killing 137 people, including 4 children. And they were caught by FSB and tortured. And here's the photos. One guy got his ear cut off during interrogation. They cut off his ear. One dude got hooked up to an 80-volt electrical device that they attached the electrodes to his balls while they stood on him, which I think is just fucking amazing. And the other dude they beat so badly, he's unconscious, and they wheeled him into court on a stretcher. And I think that is just priceless. That's what you should be doing to terrorists. Like, of course you should be beating people up if that's the case. Like, they're lucky they're alive. Russia doesn't play around with that shit. They're lucky they're alive.
I'm still all for giving them water in the safest way possible.
I mean,
water as they're relaxing
I will learn
on
to
a
be a
board.
waterboarding instructor.
We didn't say waterboarding, YouTube.
I don't even know what that word means.
They're just relaxing.
I have the mental capacity of a 3-year-old. They're relaxing on a wooden lawn chair with a nice, cool, refreshing towel
and a water at hand,
and a very large
assistant or
cup of water. A very large cup of water, a nice, cool towel, and a handmade wooden with lawn chair.
quite a few assistants to assist them.
Yeah, really, you know, I think they're called towel boys. I'm not really sure. I'm not well versed in the art of customer service, I guess you should say.
I'm the one that handles most of the customer service, so you're welcome, guys.
But yeah, no, definitely, I'm all for that shit.
Yeah, and
Post one of the pictures up here. You see this dude's swollen face?
Yeah.
That's what should be happening. You fucked around and you found out, and you fucked around in the one country you probably shouldn't have fucked around in.
And I hate to, I'm going to say this way. No matter your age or sex, I think that, by the way, there's two sexes. I think that your anytime it involves a kid, it breaks my heart. Whether if it's like gang like activity, because these kids, people nowadays, especially in the gang, they're coming after kids. And back in the day, there was a rule to where that there was no
There's no
kids.
honor code anymore.
Yeah, it's like now when you see the terror, like for terrorists going after the kids and stuff like that, that breaks my heart. That the kids have no even uh Robert O'Neill, the guy that the guy that shot down Bin Laden. In the heat of the moment, there was a kid there. So what did he do? He he carried the kid aside because they're very young. They have no idea what's going on. They're not a part of this whatsoever.
Yeah.
Terrorists don't give a fuck.
It doesn't matter what kind of war you're conducting, whether it's war on the streets of Chicago between your ops, or in the streets of Afghanistan. Women and children should be off limits. The only time I think women should not be off limits is if obviously you have an opposing force and there are females fighting in a combat capacity. That is a casualty of war. Whether you're an aggressor or a defensive or a defender, that is a risk that you ensue in a combat capacity. But an unarmed civilian, a female civilian, is obviously, off limits. Now, if you have an armed female who's trying to protect her children, you have to make that split second call. You have, and that's something you have to make with yourself. She may have an AK-47, but she may be holding it like this, and she's like shielding her kids because she doesn't know how to actually use it. But she's trying to protect her children. I can understand that. Absolutely. Anybody would. That's still a non-combatant while the weapon's still hot, though.
Yeah, so with this whole...
war's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it's... Man. It just saps the life energy from me in that sense to where it's like...
I'm not a religious person anymore. I was when I was younger. You see a lot of things that make you question shit in like certain aspects of life. People, incidences, accidents, what have you. Sometimes you see some fucked up shit. As a firefighter, saw some fucked up shit, so I can't even, imagine shit you've seen or anybody else.
Yeah.
But the one thing I guess that's always stuck with me, regardless of how far I've stepped from my faith as a young man, was that God doesn't ever give us more than we can handle, and if it's too much for you to handle, He'll let you know and He'll take you home. So for the people who don't make it back from Baltimore to their families, that's the weird circle of life. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
But like I said, weird circumstances happen. The world is an imperfect place.
And I've learned this at the Marine Corps too, is that you can tell when a person's been through the shit and not really done anything at all. Where if they get the job, the ones that really the ones that really know how to operate, I've gone through it, are great leaders, but they're calm in a sense to where this is not a big deal. Okay, I don't need to that and this and that. You're gonna really learn from those guys, but the guys that you're not really gonna learn from are like the shit bags and want to act all tough and stuff. For me, the great thing I've learned from that is that not tomorrow's not promised. So treat everyone as fairly as you'd want to be treated.
No, definitely. I've always learned that when shit gets weird, shit gets hectic, don't follow the people who are making rash decisions. Follow the people who are calm.
Yeah.
And work off their energy. You be calm too. Don't freak out. If somebody you know is calm, there's probably a good reason.
We look at Boston.
However, I do want to end our this week's podcast on like a little somber note for, like I said, the people in Baltimore and the people in Russia. Regardless of what you feel about Russian politics and what's going on in Russia, what happened with that concert hall is still a mass casualty event. 134 people who were killed.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, life is short. Tomorrow is not promised. If you have someone in your immediate circle that you love, tell them. Let them know. Hug your wife, hug your kids. Hell, you might not be here tomorrow.
I might be like Elvis Presley and die on the shitter.
I mean, yeah.
I do shit.
You've got that IBS, so
I do shit quite a bit with the new workout.
Fucking
routine.
Pop a blood vessel in your brain one day and just try to squeeze out and just pop.
But no, we're gonna try to leave on a lighter note.
Like Elvis Presley when I poop and I own my shit.
So we're gonna try to leave on a lighter note. Everyone, attach yourselves to people that don't take life for granted. Appreciate the ones that you have around you. Appreciate the ones that support you, and because who knows what might happen. You could have been on the bridge in Baltimore. You could have been in that theater in Russia. Who knows? But the one thing is consistent is the love of freedom for what company?
What?
The one thing that is consistent is the love of freedom from what company?
Article 1776. There's something on my shoe and I don't know what it is. Oh, it's macaroni and cheese.
You really helped out with that transition.
Yeah.
Article 1776, where you can find shit at the bottom of your shoe.
That's if you go to Grun Style.
Oh, and on that note, we love you guys and freedom the fuck on.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Random thought of the moment.
Yeah, did I tell you the fish joke in the tank?
What? Oh,
the two fish in the tank?
I fucked up big time. Give us your socials.
Scottsdale 87 or Scottsdale 87 on Instagram. But did I tell you the two fish in the tank joke?
No.
So two goldfish are in a tank, right? Mm-hmm. One goldfish looks at the other one and goes, "Hey, you know how to drive this thing?"
No. My God.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
It looked like you were struggling with that one.
No.
Some
things do go over my head.
Go to bed.
We love you guys.
Article 1776. Go fucking do shit. Tell your friends.
With your bottom of your shoe.
Tell your mom to buy you a shirt.
and get the stuff at the bottom of your shoe.
And
Freedom the fuck
get
on.
get shit on the bottom of your shoe. There you go. Bye.